manager?
Ma'am, entrepreneur help financially as well to grow financially, whereas manager manages the business.
Yes, means entrepreneur is initiating something. He is a pioneer of something, है ना? He starts the business or startup, and he is able to take risk and bear uncertainties. यानी कि एंटरप्रेन्योर को आप बोलोगे कि ये हमेशा एक मतलब इनिशिएटिव या कोई भी नया इनोवेटिव काम के लिए जानते हैं हम उसको। और मैनेजर जो है वो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो इनोवेटिव हो, वो जो भी उसको काम असाइन किया जाएगा, जो भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से रिलेटेड, मैनेजमेंट से रिलेटेड जो भी फंक्शंस होंगे वो सारे वो परफॉर्म करेगा। ठीक है। तो व्हाट इज डिफरेंस बिटवीन एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड मैनेजर? एंटरप्रेन्योर रिफर्स टू अ पर्सन हु क्रिएट्स एन एंटरप्राइज, है ना? पर सबसे बड़ी बात तो ये हो गई कि वो खुद एंटरप्राइज को क्रिएट करता है बाय टेकिंग फाइनेंशियल रिस्क इन ऑर्डर टू गेट प्रॉफिट, and manager is an individual who takes the responsibility of controlling and administering the organization. Clear to all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
फोकस ऑन बिजनेस स्टार्टअप, इट इज फॉर एंटरप्रेन्योर, यानी कि ये जो है बिजनेस स्टार्टअप पे फोकस करता है। बट मैनेजर क्या करता है, वो जब एक बार उसको स्टार्टअप दे दिया जाता है तो फिर वो जो ऑनगोइंग ऑपरेशंस होते हैं उनको ऑर्गेनाइज करता है। ठीक। देन प्राइमरी मोटिवेशन इज अचीवमेंट। एंटरप्रेन्योर कुछ अचीव करने के लिए अपना जो स्टार्टअप होता है वो स्टार्ट करता है, और मैनेजर को पावर एंड सैलरी मतलब जो भी उसका मॉनेटरी बेनिफिट है उसके लिए वो करता है। ठीक है। देन इंट्यूटिव डिसीजन मेकिंग, एंटरप्रेन्योर जो होता है वो उसको हम एक मानते हैं कि ही हैज इंट्यूटिव पावर, मीन्स उसको इंट्यूशंस होते हैं कि हमको कहाँ नुकसान होगा, कौन से डिसीजन हमारे लिए बेनिफिशियल हैं, कौन से मतलब जिसको हम रिस्क टेकिंग कहते हैं। तो वो कहीं ना कुछ रिस्क को असेस करके तब डिसीजन लेता है, तो वहां पे उसकी इंट्यूजन पावर थोड़ी सी काम आती है। और मैनेजर जो होते हैं वो क्या करते हैं, कैलकुलेट करते हैं, डिसीजन कैलकुलेटिव डिसीजन मेकर्स होते हैं, और वो सारी चीजें जो है कैलकुलेट करके तब करते हैं। ये यहाँ पे इंट्यूजन से इनका कोई रिलेशन नहीं होता। देन एंटरप्रेन्योर स्टेटस इज ओनर और मैनेजर स्टेटस इज एम्प्लॉय। Then entrepreneur's driving force is creative and innovative, and manager's driving force is preserving status quo। यानी कि जो एंटरप्रेन्योर होता है उसका जो ड्राइविंग फोर्स होता है वो कुछ ना कुछ नया करने का होता है, चेंजेस लाने का होता है। और जो मैनेजर होता है उसका जो ड्राइविंग फोर्स यानी कि जो मोटिवेशन है उसका मतलब उसको क्या करना पड़ता है कि उसको जैसा अच्छा चल रहा है तो उसको वैसे ही चलाते रहना, उसको जो स्टेटस को है यानी कि जो स्थिति है वैसी ही स्थिति उसको प्रिजर्व करके रखनी होती है। देन एंटरप्रेन्योर अप्रोच टू टास्क इज इनफॉर्मल। एंटरप्रेन्योर जो है वो जरूरी नहीं है कि वो स्किल्ड वे में या बहुत ही प्रोफेशनल वे में या बहुत ही टेक्निकल वे में काम करे, बट मैनेजर्स अप्रोच टू टास्क इज फॉर्मल। उसका जो अप्रोच होता है वो हमेशा फॉर्मल होगा, एक प्रोफेशनल अप्रोच होगा, जरूरी वो मतलब एक सिस्टमेटिक वे में काम करेगा। ठीक है। नाउ डिफरेंसेस बिटवीन एंटरप्रेन्योर एंड इंट्राप्रेन्योर। तो एंटरप्रेन्योर का मतलब होता है कि इट रिफर्स टू अ पर्सन हु सेट अप हिज ओन बिजनेस विद अ न्यू कॉन्सेप्ट। वो जो कि हम लोगों ने अभी देख लिया कि वो हमेशा जो है एक नया सेटअप स्टार्ट करता है, एक नया स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करता है अपने कोई ना कोई न्यू आइडिया या कॉन्सेप्ट के साथ। और इंट्राप्रेन्योर क्या होता है, इंट्राप्रेन्योर रिफर्स टू एन एम्प्लॉय ऑफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन हु इज इन चार्ज ऑफ अंडरटेकिंग इनोवेशंस इन प्रोडक्ट सर्विस प्रोसेस एक्सेट्रा। इंटरप्रेन्योर का मतलब है कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर मतलब जो एक ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है उसके अंदर के कोई एम्प्लॉयज अगर उनके अंदर एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप स्किल्स हैं और उनको ये वर्क असाइन किया जाए तो या वो मतलब कुछ इनिशिएटिव लेकर के ये काम करें कि उनको चार्ज दिया जाए कि वो कुछ इनोवेशन करो, चाहे वो प्रोडक्ट में हो, चाहे वो सर्विस में हो, चाहे वो प्राइसिंग डिसीजंस में हो, चाहे वो टेक्नोलॉजी में हो। तो मतलब विद इन एंटरप्राइज अगर वो कोई एम्प्लॉय जो है वो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप स्किल्स की हेल्प से कुछ भी इनोवेटिव काम करता है तो दैट शुड बी कॉल्ड एज एंटरप्रेन्योर। क्लियर क्लियर क्लियर?
Yes, ma'am.
Entrepreneur is intuitive in nature and intrapreneur is restorative in nature. रेस्टोरेटिव का क्या मतलब हुआ? कोई भी चीज रीस्टोर करना, यानी कि अगर कुछ गड़बड़ हो रहा है तो उसको सही करना, कुछ नया कर रहा है तो उसको मतलब उसको अपने डेस्टिनेशन तक पहुंचाना, या कह सकते हो यू कैन से। कैपिटल इज रेज्ड बाय हिम, यहाँ पे एंटरप्रेन्योर जो है वो कैपिटल रेज करता है, बट इंट्राप्रेन्योर को कंपनी असाइन करती है कि वो कैपिटल उसको देती है, ओके आप जो भी आपने इनोवेशंस कर सकते हो अपनी स्किल्स के अकॉर्डिंग वो आप करो। तो कैपिटल इज फाइनेंस्ड बाय द कंपनी। देन यूज ओन रिसोर्सेज, इन एंटरप्रेन्योर जो होता है वो अपने रिसोर्सेज यूज करता है, बट इंट्राप्रेन्योर जो है वो सेल्फ डिपेंडेंट नहीं होता, उसके अपने रिसोर्सेज नहीं होते, ही uses resources provided by the company. Then entrepreneur works in a newly established company, और इंट्राप्रेन्योर जो है वो इंडिपेंडेंट नहीं है, वो अपना मतलब उसको जो वर्क असाइन किया जाएगा जिस भी फील्ड में वो करेगा। देन एंटरप्रेन्योर बियर रिस्क एंड अनसर्टेनिटीज, और इंट्राप्रेन्योर जो है इट इज अ पार्ट ऑफ एन एग्जिस्टिंग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, कंपनी बियर्स ऑल द रिस्क, मतलब कंपनी ने उसको बोला है कि तुम इसमें इनोवेशंस करो, बट अगर वहां पे कुछ भी फेलियर होता है तो उसका जो रिस्क और अनसर्टेनिटी है वो कौन का बेयर करेगा? वो कंपनी बेयर करेगी। अब एंटरप्रेन्योर और एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में क्या डिफरेंस है आपको पता ही है कि एंटरप्रेन्योर जो होता है वो चीजें करने वाला है, चलाने वाला है, और जो एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप है वो एक प्रोसेस है या एक प्रैक्टिस है, प्रैक्टिस ऑफ स्टार्टिंग न्यू ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। ठीक है, तो एक तो मतलब एक प्रोसेस है और एक पर्सन है, तो उन दोनों का आपको डिफरेंस लिखना होगा अगर आता है तो। पर्टिकुलरली न्यू बिजनेस जनरली इन रिस्पॉन्सेज टू आइडेंटिफाइड अपॉर्चुनिटीज। एंटरप्रेन्योर innovates new ideas, it is often synonymous with founder coordinator. Entrepreneurship innovates process of innovation, it ranges in scale from solo projects to major undertakings, creating many job opportunities, coordination maintained by an entrepreneurship। ठीक है, तो इन पे भी आपको आ सकते हैं क्वेश्चंस, शॉर्ट नोट्स आते हैं इस पे, या फिर मतलब डिफरेंसेस लिखने को आते हैं, तो आपको पता होना चाहिए, इजी चीज है और छूट ना जाए इसलिए मैंने आपको इसको कवर करा दिया। ठीक, नाउ वी विल टेक, आप लोग ज्वाइन रहिएगा मीटिंग में, हम लोग 5 मिनट का ब्रेक लेंगे और फिर आई विल स्टार्ट प्रेजेंटेशन। ठीक है, देन आई विल अलाउ टू प्रेजेंट योरसेल्फ। ओके ओके, प्लीज टेक अ ब्रेक ऑफ 5 मिनट्स प्रेजेंटेशन।
दोबारा लाइन पर आ गई
मैम नहीं आए।
Who will present first?
मैम प्लीज। मैम ये उन लोगों की है क्या जिन्होंने दी नहीं थी?
हाँ,
ओके मैम।
लेकिन जो जिन्होंने दी है वो भी रहेंगे मीटिंग में, है ना, जाएंगे नहीं। ओके, who is going to give presentation?
Ma'am, I was saying, may I start, please?
Okay, yes, Mansi.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yes, Mansi.
Okay. Good afternoon to all my friends and teachers. The presentation topic is project report on a startup which is based on the product. So it is a homegrown product startup. There are few contents of my presentation. Firstly, I would like to ask few questions to my friends. How many of you are into fast food like pizza, burger, wraps, etc.?
Yes, Mansi. Definitely.
Okay. Thank you, Swati. And I also want to add, how many of you like cooking as an interest, or maybe they do it on a normal basis?
Me, I mean, I am into cooking.
Thank you again. Not anyone else. Please, guys, respond.
Me also.
Thank you, Divyanshu.
I experiment time to time, but not into cooking.
Okay, Anna. Thank you. So the introduction of my product is based it is very much related to cooking, and the industry is food and beverages. The introduction I would like to introduce about the industry first. The Indian food industry is a very huge, has a very huge growth, and it sees world food trade every year, which has shown immense growth past year by year. There are few Ministry of Food Industries which are also making efforts to introduce investments along with they are having proposals for joint ventures, foreign collaborations, and export orientation units. Market size. I would like to tell all of you that the Indian food industry is the world's sixth largest industry, and it also concludes 70% of the total sales of world market. Then India processes 32% of the world's whole food, which is and it also ranks fifth in the terms of production, consumption, export, and the expected growth. There are very big players which are running cloud kitchens called Food Panda, Zomato, Tiny Owl, and Swiggy, which are changing the dynamics of the food industry. Then there are investments that are coming from a lot of FIIs or CII year by year, and it is being showing growth only till now. As we can see, over the next 10 years, CIIs are being they have a potential to attract 33 billion of investment over the period of next 10 years. There are few companies like Amazon, US based Cargill. They also want to introduce many items and the products in the India. Then there are few government initiatives that are taken for having more growth in the particular sector. The road ahead, so as we can see, the road ahead of this particular sector is very good, and we see a bright future. My project at a glance, the product name is Zest Topping. Zest means flavor or taste. So my tagline of the product is Kuch to missing hai. There are few project details. Suppose there are all the product details here. The cost, capital, contribution of my own, and designation, everything. Then about the product, so the product started with a very good story that we all know that we were having a COVID era where the food and the kitchen was not anymore a gender role based thing. Everyone was involved in the kitchen, and they were trying many more things like new ingredients, new flavor, new demands. So it gave rise to my product, which was Zest Topping. The main objective of this product is to make the edibles much more tasty. This can be applied on many things, and this is the basically product that you can try it at home, at the restaurant, and everything. The vision and mission of my product. The vision is to make my product global. The mission currently is now to be very organic and to create and make my customer base. Medium of sale will be the retail stores. Then the medium of sales, I can also sell my product by Zomato and Swiggy. You can also order online by these two target companies. Then Zest Tomato, the Zest toppings have following benefits that you don't have to worry about the unhealthy consumption of the food which you eat outside, because it's totally organic. It is you can add it on your chapati, pizza bread, nanza, etc., and make it a very good topping, and you can add flavors on it. You can have a garlic bread in less than 5 minutes, and it also comes at the affordable cost that no other product in the market is currently being sold. Then the pricing strategy, it is being sold in a box of 200 grams per per 200 grams of 250 each. The cost of my total product comes to 1 kg of 950. So my profit comes to 60 rupees per 200 grams. The age group that I'm targeting in the product is 17 years to 45 years of age. These are the feasibility ratios that I see in my product, which are based on the industry. Net profit ratio, quick ratio, revenue, expense split up. Then the project cost. There are few costs that I have to incur for starting my project, which is kitchen utensils, gas, etc. Then I have estimated the turnover of 15,000 per month for current, which is because of my startup is very new. Then the next, I have also estimated the cost that may incur up to 50,000 per year. The sources of my finance is a short-term loan which I have taken from my family, and I have some of my savings that are being included in the sources of finance. Then this is the profitability statement that I've shown that shows the estimated ratios. These are the analysis that I have done on the product, which is demographic factor. I've taken 100 respondents overall for all of the factors and analysis. Here I have taken 52 female, 42 female and male members of 58. Then there is age-wise details. I have taken occupation details, which was business person, housewife, salaried, etc. Then I've taken educational analysis, which were graduate, postgraduate, SSC, others, etc. Then I've taken behavioral factors, which were often this behavior factor is based on how many people have used Zomato and Swiggy. So they have answered few questions based on that. The conclusion I would like to give on my product is that I have made a thorough study on the consumer behavior, and I have a great idea and perception that they would definitely go to buy the product for saving their time. Also, it can be sold on e-commerce portals, which have a huge potential of expanding in the Indian market. And currently, Zest Toppings is only focusing on building the customer base and making the product in most organic way. So this is potentially the product that you can say it has been long missing in your kitchen. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, Mansi. Have you discussed about your feasibility analysis?
Yes, ma'am, I did, no? The feasibility analysis included the analysis that in which demographic factor, age-wise, details, occupation, education, and behavioral factors were there.
Okay, this is your market feasibility. There are other various aspects of feasibility analysis. You can also your presentation is very nice. Content wise it is very good, and communication wise means as presentable. You are presentable in your presentation as well. Means your content and slides are very good, and your communication is also very good. And you can, means I'm just suggesting you that you can incorporate other aspects of feasibility like technological feasibility and social feasibility. These type of factors you can add in it also.
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, who is the next? Have you taken your screenshot, Mansi? Please switch on your cameras. Please switch on your cameras when you present, and take your screenshots also.
Okay,
while presenting.
Just give me a moment, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I've taken the screenshot. Thank you.
Okay, who is the next presenter? Who will be presenting next?
Ma'am, I'll go.
Yes, Reshu. Please start.
Ma'am, is my screen is visible?
Yes.
So, good afternoon, everyone, respected ma'am and my dear friends. Today, I'm here to present on the topic that is sources of finance for SMEs. So, SMEs is small medium enterprises. So, first of all, sources of finance. So, if we look at the investor perspective, research suggests that the small business fail and at a higher rate than big businesses. So, default risk is too high in small scale businesses. So, this is the reason that small scale businesses have less access to credit larger than the larger companies, because lending to a small business is riskier and more expensive than leading to larger companies. Additionally, evaluating for small scale companies is difficult, and not every cost is effective as its data is not as easily accessible as compared to large scale
Wait for a while, Rishu. Everyone, please listen carefully. It is a topic from your unit of your syllabus, and I have covered this also. But you should have to listen carefully and please understand carefully, okay? Because it is an important topic of your syllabus. Okay, Rishu, go ahead.
So, following are some of the financing methods that small and medium business can use. First is own capital or savings. So, number one and the easiest source of finance for all small scale business is one's own savings. So, at any stage of business, when a business is in need of capital, an entrepreneur can tap his personal assets such as stocks, mutual funds, real estate, or jewelry to raise money, and he can either sell the assets to raise money or take a loan or any of the assets. Entrepreneurs can invest such personal capital in their business such as equity capital, or they can give loans to their own company. Second is family and friends. So, parents, siblings, extended relatives, and friends who have access to cash to lend may be willing to finance your business. So, they may lend the money to the business in the form of a loan or may be willing to take an equity stake in the company. Then comes banks. So banks have the special department dedicated to providing loans to small scale companies. To get a loan from a bank, companies have to qualify a bank's minimum criteria. So every bank has its own criteria with regards to earning potential, annual turnover, credit scores, etc. So there are many types of loans that banks offer, such as working capital loans, term loans, loans against property, etc. Companies can also choose the type of the loans as per their requirement, what they need for their business. Then comes the small business loans. So each country has certain banks or institutions dedicated to providing loans only to small businesses. An example of such institute is in India is SIDBI. So in the US and there is SBA. So the main target of these institutions is to lend money to small and medium businesses who have not been able to obtain financing on reasonable terms through normal lending channels. So these entities usually give money as loans only to for the business purposes. Then comes personal loans. So if a company is unable to get loans, business loans, the entrepreneur might consider getting a personal loan and using in their business. So the entrepreneur must also have a good credit history for raising a personal loan. We can get a personal loan by mortgaging home, jewelry, etc. And then comes trade credit. So some small business might have suppliers who are willing to sell on credit. Such credit may range anywhere from 1 month or 3 months. So this is a very good method for small and medium enterprises to fulfill their short-term funding needs. So this is an expensive method of finance for any small-scale business. Then there is private equity firms. So private equity firms is a type of equity capital that is not listed in any stock exchange. These firms raising funds from investors only, and if then invest these funds to buy a capital of promising startups and small scale businesses. The drawback of such finance is that the private equity firms will acquire a controlling position or substantial minority position in a company and then look to maximize the value of their investment. So thus the entrepreneur might not have the sole control over the business decisions, which may lead to the conflict in this type, that is private equity firm. Then the last one is the crowdfunding. So crowdfunding is relatively a new method which we consider as a source of finances for small and medium enterprises. It is a method of raising funds by borrowing a small amount of money from a large group of people. And a typical example of crowdfunding is proposing a people to invest in US pounds or 10 pounds, and even if 1,000 people invest, the company can raise 10,000 pounds. So such financing is usually done for a particular project. So the benefit of crowdfunding is that small company can make flexible proposals as per their requirement, and they can offer equity against the money or then take the loan, and they can offer simple interest payments against compound interest like most of the regular loans they do. So that's all, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Reshu.
Ma'am,
It was
I'll take the
nice.
screenshot. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes. Nice presentation. Next.
Ma'am, can I?
Yes.
I'm screen visible है?
Yes, it's visible.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Today's my topic floor project report, general information. Many people are interested in running a floor mill business, but they don't have any idea about the process and cost for setup. Floor mill could be a very much profitable business, but you need some patience. If you review our local market need, there are different type of floor mill setup like domestic floor mills, commercial floor mills, bakery, mini floor mill, and roller floor mill. Out of this, commercial one is very useful as it required low cost but also variable since floor proceed from this at commercial level. General information continue. Floor mill is a traditional process. Also, generally, we see flour is used in our daily life for different purposes like chapati making, pasta, bread, etc. This is the essential raw material and highly consumed in daily routine in India. Market demand. The demand for wheat flour is mainly determined by the growth rate of population and per capita consumption of flour. The increasing use of wheat flour for industrial processing of food products such as pasta and macaroni will also significantly impact the demand for flour in the future. Promoter, postal media, social media advertisement, news media, newspaper advertisement. And location. I choose a location where I can easily get raw material. Location should be that their worker can easily travel, where electricity can be easily available and emergency service may also be available, and easily transportation facility. Land and building. Land minimum of 200 square meter. Construct an area for the plant and machinery as well as for the storage bins and for grains. Must have a godown for stock. And plant and machinery. Land cost are 10 to 15 lakh. Machine cost 10 to 12 lakh. Registration license 20,000 and other expenses 50,000 and capacity 5 to 6 quintal per hour. Cost of other miscellaneous assets 50,000 and production process. The flour milling process began with cleaning the grains and remove the bran and to cut the endosperm. Between each roller mill cycle, the ground grain is sifted and spread into various size. Utilities: bread, cookies, noodles, pasta, etc. Transport and communication. Transport and communication are a way for us human to overcome the barrier of physical distance. It is an effective way to connect with people with no regard to the distance that separate them. Transport generally involves the movement of people or goods from one place to another via means of transport. On the other hand, communication is the passing of information or data from one sources to another, like roadway, railways, raw material. Raw material should be best quality and minimum price. Sources for import raw material should be by road. Manpower. I will select a person who has skill and experience. It is at least 2 years. If an employee does not have the skill and experience, then we can keep him on the basis of training. I will select such person who can complete the task at the right time. The worker should be responsible for the company. And transportation facility, semi-skilled manpower. And market. User of product distribution of market is local, national, advertisement of people like postal media, and requirement of fund. Cost of land and building, cost of plant and machinery, cost of raw material, worker payment, other expenses. And SWOT analysis, strength, the talented worker, competitive price and new market strategies, weakness, new in the market, new setup, and opportunities, new manufacturer, product in the area, high quality product with responsible, reasonable price, educated, degree holder trend, and third, low price of competitor, experience of competitor in the market, and best advertisement strategies and competition. All the manufacturer and wholesaler in the area are in competition with us. And conclusion, the wheat flour project report has an essential place in the conclusion. Wheat is grown in almost every part of the world. The amount of wheat traded internationally exceeds all the other circle. In addition, the protein and calorie content of wheat is higher than that of any other food crop. Atta is made from wheat, which is cultivated during or just before the winter season. Wheat has been collected from the wheat field and kept in the godown, and further processing has been done. Flour of wheat is the first choice of health conscious people. Wheat flour is obtained from the milling of wheat. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Satyaprakash. Please take your screenshot. And Mita, one suggestion is there that please don't try to read only. Read, understand, and then try to explain things to which you are going to present. Means things which you are presenting. Try to present with the help of your explanation also. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next.
Yes, ma'am. मैम स्क्रीन शेयर हो रही?
Yes, हो रहा है.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today I present on NABARD. NABARD, National Bank for
Okay,
Agriculture.
just a second, Divyanshu. Please listen carefully and understand this topic, because this is also an important topic. Okay. Okay, Divyanshu, start.
Yes, ma'am. National Bank for Culture and Rural Development, or NABARD, is the main regulatory body in the country's rural banking system. Founded in 12 July 1982 under the outlines of the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development Act 1981, headquartered in Mumbai. Chairman Dr. G.R. Chintala. This bank aims to provide and regulate credit to the rural areas, which will a first step towards enhancing the rural development in the country. NABARD has been given many responsibilities related to the formulation of policies, planning, and operations in agriculture and financial development. Vision: Development Bank of the National for Fostering Rural Prosperity. Mission: Promote sustainable and equitable agriculture and rural development through
participative financial and non-financial interventions, innovation, technology, and institution development for securing prosperity. Role of NABARD. First, NABARD provides investment and production credit for various developmental activities and projects taking place in rural areas, which will help enhance rural development and facilitate rural prosperity. Second, the responsibility of coordinating all the financing activities in the rural areas with all institutions involved in the developmental projects fall on the NABARD. Third, the National Bank refinances all the financial institutions that finance the rural development projects for agriculture and rural development are NABARD, as it is the specific bank for looking after all agriculture and rural developments in the country. Fourth, NABARD keeps all the client institutions in check and provides training facilities to all the institutions. Fifth, NABARD also helps self-help groups or SHGs through its SHGs bank linkage program that will boost the activities of SHGs in rural areas and will be a helpful step in the rural development. Functions: credit function, development and promotional function, supervisory function, financial function. Scheme and programs: Kisan Credit Card in 1998, Rural Entrepreneurship Development Program, District Rural Industries Project, Vikas Volunteer Vahini Program, Farmer Technology Transfer Fund, Umbrella Program on Natural Resources Management. Bank comes under NABARD. First, RRBs, second, State Cooperative Bank, third, District Central Cooperative Bank, fourth, Primary Agricultural Credit Societies, next, State Cooperative Agriculture and Rural Development Bank, next, Primary Cooperative Agriculture and Rural Development Bank. Thank you. Hello?
Yes, Divyanshu, just wait for a while, beta. Just a second, I am doing something.
Yes.